Hey guys, I just wanted to talk about the beaten horse known as Dead by Daylight, because there's not enough complaining in this community.
I think we did a pretty good job so far.
So, as you can see, I have unfortunately grinded on this game. I have a couple characters to Prestige 100, and I have a couple more that would be considered Legacy. Not OG Legacy or anything like that, I'm not that cool, but Legacy nonetheless. All we got for grinding to P3 before the Prestige update was these portraits that nobody can even see. It's unsatisfying to look at them and compare them to the portraits we didn't get Prestige 3 on. And people like to change the portraits anyway, so... Yeah, and we got this glowing cosmetics. It kind of looks like the old Legacy, but it's red. It glows like the portraits. It looks like Legacy, but it's not quite the same Legacy. So I think it could have worked. But instead we just got them for free, and I don't know why. You could be saying, well, it's too close to the original Legacy, so they couldn't do that. And okay, I guess, but then why is it just in the game for free? We just didn't even have to work for it. Like, I don't know. And then, once you hit Prestige 100, you get a badge. Wow! The same badge you get for hitting Prestige 25, 70, etc. with different effects. If I hit Prestige 25, let alone 70, I will eventually reach Prestige 100. So why would I even be using the other badges except for Prestige 100? Now you may be saying, won't that just lead to elitism? Well, it's a little too late for that. Considering the Deep Rift, Old Legacy, Prestige 100, which you can't even hide by the way. Cosmetics that are too expensive. It's Dead by Daylight, guys. It's always gonna be toxic.
Ding, ding, ding.
Do you guys remember when having a killer main actually meant something? Well, now, all the killers are basically just recycled. Are you excited that they finally got Jason Voorhees in the game? Well, I hate to say it to you, but he's basically Wraith, Spirit, Sadako, Projectile Killer. He didn't even come with a map! He's just a recycled killer without a map! I don't know if I'm gonna stand by this or if it won't age very well, but the other problem I have with Jason is he's kind of made Huntress obsolete. But Huntress is like one of the OG killers. She's so cool. I don't know why they would try to like nullify her. And now, I'm just gonna tell Behavior what they have been being told for literal years. Please, Behavior, just love your game. Actually play your game. Stop trying to collect all the licenses. Actually be inspired by your game, Behavior. Please reward us for the time we spend and not just the money we spend. Please stop punishing your player base. Oh yeah, and maybe also stop listening to Survivor mains so much. Most of them don't know what they're talking about. Some of them do, most of them don't. So, yeah. I think that the most controversial part of this video will probably be when I talk about the aesthetics. Which is okay, by the way, because I want my comment section to be a place where anyone can have their opinions without being censored, etc, etc. So, if you disagree with this part, you know, feel free to just, like, comment whatever you want. And, yeah, let's talk about the aesthetics. I give Legion a pass. I know some of the Susie skins don't really fit the game all that well, but Legion is kind of Behavior's version of, like, the Scream killers. Like, I can make an exception for it. Wesker, I can understand, as he's kind of a horror icon. But Dracula, I get a lot less. Now, I love vampires. I used to do a whole bunch of research on vampires just because I thought they were so cool, and they really are. In fact, since becoming Orthodox Catechumen, I've done a whole bunch more research on Vlad the Impaler. But I don't know, Dracula, especially Castlevania's version, it just doesn't really strike me as very horror. It's a lot more dark fantasy, which, I mean, I love, but not in my Dead by Daylight game. All of this I can forgive, but you know what I can't forgive? Kaneki! Why is he in Dead by Daylight? I know that, like, Tokyo Ghoul has some, like, horror elements or whatever, but that doesn't mean I wanted Kaneki in my game! Oh my goodness, the way he's animated, his art style, it doesn't even make sense in the universe. And Rise's Mori, I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's even worse! It's even worse! I don't know what to say! The first time I saw her Mori, my face went cold with cringe. I don't know why this is in our Dead by Daylight game. And not to mention, Kaneki is honestly no fun to go against. Now, I ain't spending money on Kaneki, so if there's any, like, Kaneki mains in the comments, let me know. But from my experience, it feels like auto-aim. You can't make distance or anything. It's just, he's really annoying to go against. I would honestly rather go against Nurse, because at least Nurse has a cool original power, at least Nurse fits in the game, at least Nurse is an OG. And you know what? Yeah, sure, maybe Nurse is overpowered, but at least Nurse takes a lot more skill. Like, you would think that if Behavior wanted to make survivors happy, they would put killers in the game who are actually fun to go against, not a bunch of recycled killers and killers that don't fit. Oh yeah, that's the part of this video, the killers that don't fit aesthetically. Moving on. Skull Merchant. What is this Fallout 4 modded raider doing in the game? Not only is she visually unappealing, lore-wise she doesn't make sense. And now she's just been nerfed so hard that she's just taking up space in the game, nobody plays her, and it just feels like they added her without really thinking it through. And I have the same issues with the Knight. He's not like blatantly horror, he's just kinda, I guess he's horror. Also, like, he's not very fun to go against. I think he's mostly AI. Like, you place a Knight down and then the survivors are zoned. I don't know, it's just, eh. Oh yeah, one more thing. If you play any of these killers or even main them, this is nothing against the players. This is against Behavior. Like, I'm not gonna get mad at you for using a killer that Behavior put in the game. And I know a lot of people say that, like, oh, it doesn't really matter how the characters look or what happens in the story, etc. As long as it's good, as long as the gameplay is good. But it's like, I don't know, I feel like we need to also have an emphasis on art and atmosphere. I do think that's still important. Which is my segue into the aesthetics of the map. Guys, the game is called Dead by Daylight, and I know I'm taking that very literally, but why are there daylight maps? Like, have you seen, like, videos or pictures of the old corn maps? They look so good, guys. They look so eerie. It really fits the lore much better. And don't even get me started on the old Ormond. It had so much personality. It actually looked like a place that a gang like the Legion would hang out in. And that actually means a lot to me, because, like, you know, I'm kinda edgy. I'm Canadian. Like, I really liked it. It meant a lot, but I don't know, the one we have now is just really washed out. And even if you want to argue that some tragedies and scary movies and stuff, it takes place during the day, well, I mean, that's a fair point, but at the same time, in the entity's realm, why would the entity make the place, light and sunny? That wouldn't make sense. I mean, the entity literally feeds off of everybody's emotions, so to make the place look hopeful without being earned, I don't know.
In that skilled play inherently leads to kills or escapes. Think about sports, and I'll use hockey as an example because I'm Canadian.
There are like 1,000 different perks in this game with a million different conditions. Countless killers with countless powers, as well as different conditions for those. Countless add-ons with a whole bunch of different conditions as well. It gets to the point where you have to wonder, am I playing a video game or am I doing homework? The game is actually so bloated, I'm not even playing the Smash Bros. Of horror anymore. I'm playing Fortnite. I mean, Lara Croft, my favorite horror character ever! But all hope is lost. I mean, it's entirely possible Behavior could re-release an older version of DBD. You know, one with less slop, probably with a few balancing changes, maybe polished up. But, I mean, I think that would be a very good course of action. Plus, if they could release it as just like a game mode, that way everybody wins. Speaking of game modes, bring Legion back to 2v8. He wasn't overpowered. People were just complaining. Please bring him back. Please?